Okay, so we got to talk about this crazy story. Maybe you've heard of it. If not, get ready. Police in Louisiana arrested a 14-year-old girl who they said tried to hire a hitman to kill her ex-boyfriend. They said she did it on a website called, are you ready for this? Rent-A-Hitman.com. Like its name suggests, it's a point-and-click solution for people to hire contract killers and murder-for-hire plots. But here's the thing. It's actually a fake website, and legitimately the legitimate requests get turned over to law enforcement, potentially saving hundreds of lives. And we've got the man behind it here today with us. Please welcome Bob Innes. Bob,
yes.
Hello. Wow. So first of all, you're doing like the Lord's work. You're actually like preventing people from these horrific situations, worst case scenario, death. Tell us about this case particularly.
Well, I can't speak to the details in this particular case, but I did receive an email from a 14-year-old who apparently wanted to have her ex taken out. I simply requested a welfare check from the Baton Rouge Police Department because there may be abuse, and it was up to them to perform their investigation and do what they needed to do.
Wow. Really quickly, I just have a follow-up with minors or people under the age of 18. Do you always prefer to do the welfare checks?
I prefer to do the welfare checks because
it
could be a cry for help, such as this particular case. They might not know what they're getting into, and it just may be their way of reaching out for somebody to help them out. So.
I like that Sam had a preference, worst case scenario, death. It's called hire a hitman. Yeah, not to make light of it. But
well,
your site
could go wrong. Okay, go ahead.
Going wrong would mean they lived. All right, let's get back to it because your site has a bunch of clues on it that proves it's not real and that it's a joke. Tell us about those and why do you think people fall for it?
Okay, so first of all, our site boasts a privacy and confidentiality known as HIPAA. It's not the medical HIPAA. This is the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964.
I'm familiar.
People hear HIPAA, they feel compelled to fill out the web form using the real information, makes it easy.
These people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's references to over 17,985 U.S.-based field operatives, and if you Google the number of police departments in the U.S., that's what you'll get. There's even a Rickroll hidden on the page. So,
Rickroll.
Oh my! I can't believe the stupidity of people. I'm like not even.
Hey. Well, it's not like this is new because you've been running the site for 17 years. How many requests do you get, and how many are actually serious?
So out of about 10% of the requests that I receive do actually turn into cases, whether they're people that are seeking murder for hire, for a bad relationship or a business deal, or just being bullied, about 10% of those cases turn into actionable cases that the police can investigate. The majority of the leads and submissions that I get are hoaxes and that kind of thing.
All right, well, let's get right to it because you're getting a ton of requests from people that want to kill other people. Has there ever been any point where you were like, this was kind of a fun thing I did at first, but this is too much for my mental health at this point? And a follow-up question is if somebody asks on the website, hey, are you a police officer? Do you have to answer honestly or what's the protocol with that?
Okay, so first of all, as far as the mental health aspect is concerned, at first this did kind of catch me way off guard. I was not prepared to handle any of this. And then when the increasing number of emails came in, I figured, well, it's a $9.20 website. This has potential. It's saved a couple of lives. This was back in 2010. So that's when I turned it into a full-blown website with its own service request form and so on. And what was your second question?
My second question, if somebody goes, hey, I want to kill my spouse, but I want to make sure that you are actually representing hitmen, can you tell me over Can you give me proof?
I don't think he's a police officer, is what you're trying to say, right?
But representing Hitman, can he say, do you have to be forthcoming that this is a ruse?
No, not at all. In fact, there's a disclaimer at the bottom of the page. It says we're not affiliated with X and X and X. I keep changing it up, hoping people will figure it out eventually. But no, as far as a submission is concerned, if there is actionable information on there that somebody is truly in danger, I don't have to say anything to them. I let the field operatives handle it.
Good for you. I know that, we're making light of this because it is crazy and mind-blowing, but at the end of the day, you are saving lives, and you've spent all this time, all this money running the site. How many people do you think you've saved, and what do you personally get out of it?
So at this point, a rough tally is a little over 150 people have been saved, and that's internationally. That's including sitting presidents over in the Pacific Rim nations and just regular people like you and I. And as far as what I get out of this, I don't get paid. But I take pride in knowing that what I have done and my actions have actually saved a life and prevented a violent crime. And not only would that affect the victim, but their families and everybody, it touches a lot of people.
Remarkable. Thank you so much, Bob Innes, for joining us. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.